Get you those visuals that are coming in at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. The latest visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi holding that meeting with the three service chiefs as well as the Defence Minister Ajit Doval as well, the National Security Advisor present at that meeting, along with the CDS as well as the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. Remember, this is one of the many meetings that have taken place in the national capital. The Prime Minister leading all of these meetings in strategizing on the next few steps forward as to how India should move ahead. So far as action is concerned, remember, India has made it clear that it will give a befitting response if Pakistan escalates, which it did last time. And that is when it got a befitting response. My colleague Pradeep Datta joining us for more on this. Pradeep, we're getting in these latest visuals from the national capital where Prime Minister Modi is holding that crucial meeting. This is, of course, one of the many meetings that have taken place in New Delhi after the Pahalgam terror attack. India strategizing its steps forward and how to act against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Get us more details of what actually transpired in this meeting.
See, first thing, if you talk about several meetings that have taken place ever since there had been Pahalgam massacre, one thing is quite clear, that here is a man, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is leading from the front, and that he is taking care of even minute details that are being discussed by the Tri-Service Chief as well as the Defence Minister. And in today's meeting, they are definitely going to brief him about the situation there on the ground, because what we saw yesterday happening after announcement of the ceasefire, after 2 hours, they broke ceasefire. They once again started targeting Indian position, posts, and then there was an aerial intrusion also from the side that was thwarted by Indian air defense system. But definitely they will be discussing about, and also will be strategizing how they have to deal with Pakistan in the near future, because already there has been a change in the security doctrine. That security doctrine says that any kind of terror strike will be seen as an act of war, and one has to deal it accordingly. That means there will be no threshold. In that case, they will not be waiting for anything to happen, no dossiers, nothing, no evidence will be provided. India can straightway try to target the perpetrator. In that case, it will be Pakistan military. And then four things that will be discussed, that in case of ceasefire violation, how to act and react. Safety of the civilians was something that was a priority for Indian soldiers also. Yesterday, Prime Minister said that at any cost to ensure that the civilians are not targeted, ensure their safety at any cost, and that's what was the message conveyed. Right now they will be looking at each and everything, the development that has taken place, and also they will be discussing about the way Donald Trump has also posted on social media. So they will be looking at thread and bear about each and everything, and what they have to...
Right, Pradeep, so several domains, several aspects will be covered in these meetings that are currently taking place. Pragya, my colleague, is also with us on this. Pragya, any more details that you can add to what Pradeep said? The fact that several aspects will be touched upon in these meetings. The Prime Minister, of course, leading the country as far as India's next few steps are concerned.
Well, this looks like a meeting that is preparing a holistic strategy as far as India and Pakistan is concerned. External Affairs Minister Mr. S. Jaishankar is also present in the meeting, along with Tri-Services Chief and CDS and NSA, and Rajnath Singh is also present. Spokesperson is also present. There is, if we can see, the IB Chief is also present in this meeting. So it is a meeting where we are trying to, respond to Pakistan and to the world in a manner which can be, if there is any ceasefire violation, we will retaliate. That is for sure. We are given that mandate. The services also have been given a mandate. But look at this particular video. It is very interesting, where CDS is also briefing Prime Minister. Prime Minister is listening very closely. Probably the briefing is also at the situation on the borders, and also what we are given to understand. The situation persisted last night when Pakistan violated ceasefire. Apart from that, how diplomatically we can corner Pakistan, how to also deal with the kind of language that US is using. Mr. Donald Trump has, on its own, he said that I will be okay to mediate this Kashmir issue. We never said that this is an international issue. We never took it to international forum. We always said that Kashmir is an internal issue, and we are not going to discuss this on an international platform. So all of that and the calibrated response of the government in wake of this statement that have come from the President of US, all of that is also going to be the part of the briefing, if there is any briefing from the part of the government, is what we are given to understand.
Right,
but all aspects related to this particular relationship between Pakistan and India, militarily and diplomatically, it seems that they were discussed here in this particular meeting.
All right, Pragya and Pradeep, thanks very much for joining us at the moment with all those details on the broadcast. I'm also joined by my guest, Colonel Shailendra Singh, defense analyst, is with me in the studio. I'm joined by Tara Kartha, former Director, National Security Council. Also joined by Colonel Anil Bhatt, defense expert from Mumbai. Good afternoon and namaskar to all of you. Colonel Shailendra Singh, let me begin with you. Now that understanding has been reached, last night we saw that Pakistan did violate the ceasefire at multiple locations. Of course, now, that has stopped as far as drone activity is concerned. That uncertainty still prevails as far as Pakistan's next action is concerned. What is your take on that?
Jai Hind, namaskar. I must tell you one thing. I couldn't sleep yesterday. I'm quite disturbed. And I think that sleeplessness and disturbance is making me a little angry. You have put salt on my, wounds when you say that Trump has offered mediation. Who the hell and what the hell can he do for us? We must analyze it. Okay, as an indicator, Mr. Trump, let's dismantle all the terror camps together in POK or Pakistan. Will you do that? Will you make a start by making sure those three people to start with, Hafiz, Masood and Lakhvi, are handed over to the Interpol, not to me. I'm just saying. And then let us do justice to them where they have committed a crime, and that is India. Will you do that? It's very easy for a person to say like that. And please don't interrupt me for only one more minute. Why am I angry? I'm angry because my 140 crore people are angry. We have yesterday missed the bus. I do agree that yes, the government has achieved its basic aim, but this is not what the country was asking. Country was looking at aim plus. We hit them hard. We declared that we'll strike on terror, we have struck on terror. But when the terror is supported by somebody by drones, missiles and air attack, well, we have given them a befitting reply. I think yesterday night was the time when our country would have done something on its own. The US comes to know, Pakistan comes to know, they come down to the knees, ask whatever credit whosoever wants to take. We do understand this is not an era of war. Who the hell are others to tell us? Our Prime Minister was the first one to say this is not an era of war. We were the one who said it sitting there, standing there in Russia, our best of friend. We are the one who took this word around. But that doesn't mean that we'll be weak. We are definitely not weak.
Okay. So clearly, I absolutely agree that the US president has perhaps, jumped the gun in taking all the credit when in fact it was up to India and Pakistan to reach that understanding, which they did. But Colonel Anil Bhatt, to you, do you also think that we missed the bus, considering the fact that India has achieved its aims, and that was to, root out terror camps which are used from Pakistani soil against India and Indians? That has been achieved. Now we should get back to normal life because there are lives being impacted as well. Colonel Bhatt, are you able to hear me? All right, we'll try and fix that. But to you, Tara Kartha, how do you see this? The same question to you. How should we see this? The fact that, that mission has been achieved of eliminating terror camps and terror infrastructure, and we've given a befitting response to Pakistan, but now we need to sort of get back to normalcy as well, because lives are getting impacted every day because of Pakistan shelling.
Absolutely right. The fundamental principle in war is selection and maintenance of aim. You selected your aim, you carried it out, and now you're done. And the most dangerous thing in war is not knowing when to say full stop. And that is the lesson which you're getting from the Ukraine war. Now, you may we have punished the Pakistan army. You've demonstrated an absolute capability to go in and hit them. And what I have admired in the present administration, which I have never seen before in any country, not just this, is the very, very tight control it has kept. The armed forces are giving, the envelope has been inch by inch, it has been increased. And each time they've said, look, you have a chance to stop. And that message has gone across each time. Pakistan chose not to take it. Now, I think we have a problem because I'm pretty sure these terrorists are going to strike because their hideouts have been hit. They are not going to sit quiet. And there is a very large section in Pakistan which wants this war to continue because we are not going for mediation. Their whole strategy for the last how many decades now has been go for mediation. Now, if we say sorry, that's not on the cards, which is what we are. I mean, I can see the PM is saying we haven't even agreed. We're not talking of a ceasefire. These guys are going to start again. So it's not desirable that we should go to war because our primary occupation is we are a democracy. We need to deliver for our people, a development principle. There's so much a democracy has to do. Pakistan doesn't have to do any of that. So there's a pretty difficult phase ahead.
Also the fact that if we go for a full-fledged war, we'll have more to lose because we have developed economically. We're a more stable country than Pakistan. We're not beggars. We're not a bankrupt country. And therefore, it'll affect us more. And that's why we need to think very carefully if we think of, urging the government and the armed forces in going for a full-fledged war.